เขียนแล้วก็ขึ้นไปตรงนี้มีสัญญาณตรงไหนโอ้ welcome this is the Bangkok Post broadcasting live near Ratchaprasong intersection where thousands of protesters are gathering to call for the resignation of Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha and for the parliament to open door for charter rewrite and also for the reform on the monarchy. And this morning they have added another demand, which is for the police to free the protest leaders who were arrested at 4 a.m. this morning. And this is going to be our final live broadcast for tonight. And also due to poor internet connection, we are going to be interrupted from time to time, and we're going to bring you around to see the situation. Shitlom station entrance. I will hold up for you. So people are coming to join the protest. Some of them have already gone home, but the majority of people who stay remain at the intersection. We're going to take you there shortly. So this is Shitlom station. People are waiting to get inside the train station, but that way leads to Plunjit Road, Nana Asok, and on that side it's a station that leads to Siam, the heart of Bangkok. People are starting to go home. For background, just a little bit of background for today's protest. Yesterday there was another major demonstration led by Mr. Anand Nampa at Democracy Monument in Ratchaprasong Avenue. At 3 p.m. the protesters started to march to the government house. They were faced with roadblocks and obstacles along the way, but they were able to negotiate it their way and let the protesters pass through. So in the end, it took them I was trying to be cool, like, walk backward. It took them 3 hours to reach the government house. Around tens of thousands of people were there yesterday in one of the biggest anti-government demonstrations this year. And for those of you who did not follow politics, this is a combination of many previous protests. The first major one was staged at Democracy Monument on the eve of 16th of August by the group called the Free Youth and Free People, led by Thatte Ford Rinpoche Seri. They staged an anti-government protest at Democracy Monument, and then another major demonstration took place at Thammasat University. That one was organized by the group called the United Front for Thammasat and Demonstration, led by Parit Penguin Shiwarak. They later moved to Sanam Luang, the ground where they now call Sanam Rasadon or People's Premise. And yesterday there was another major protest at Democracy Monument at 3 p.m. as I told you before. The protest was organized by this group called the People's Party or Cana Ratchaprasong 2020. The name was taken from a movement 74 years ago. It was an anti-establishment movement that tried to demolish the status quo of the entire society. They failed, obviously, and that's why the people took this name, the People's Party. They vowed to carry the torch forward and finish what the People's Party of that day left off. So yesterday, Mr. Anun Nampa, you want to be interviewed?
Yes,
Yeah, come. Okay. So, I mean, those of you who want to be interviewed, you can just come. You know, I'll interview you if you want. You want to be interviewed? อยากให้สัมภาษณ์เปล่า Yeah, if you want to give an interview, come. You can หันหลังก็ได้ครับ Okay.
I'm willing to give the interview.
Sure. All right. Okay. Why are you? Why? Oh, the microphone. Why are you here today?
So I just want to support people to fighting for what we should get in our society. I've been living here and then I see the inequality happen in our society, and I think it's time for us to fight for what we deserve. It's time to stand up from the right we should have, and I want to support all the young generation.
What do you hope to achieve tonight?
So I just wish the government hear us. I wish they think again what they should do next time, and they want to hear. I want them to hear our voice.
There was a speculation that there may be another possible crackdown tonight because there was a crackdown at 4 a.m. this morning. Are you afraid?
Well, I'm not afraid of that. I think together we are stronger, and as far as I've seen a lot of people right here, I feel like I'm so impressive about like how lots of people are here, and I feel like this is the power. I think the government should see here is the real power of the people. So it's time for you to think what you should do next.
So what they should do next?
Well, as suggested by the leader of the demonstration, so you should rewrite to change just the parliament and sorry, I can't remember the verse. So think about like the law, and maybe I just want the new election to be happened. So I wish I could get a chance to vote again.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I've got back pain. You know the sign of getting older.
Really sad.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Those of you who are watching this this live broadcast, if you want to be interviewed, you can just come up. Oh, sorry, back pain. Sorry. Okay, so for those of you who did not follow politics, these are the three demands called for by this group who are staging a demonstration today. The first one being the resignation of Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha, and the second one is for the Parliament to open door for charter rewrite, and the third one is for the monarchy to reform. And also they've added another demand this morning after the protest leaders were arrested this morning at 4 a.m. They call for the immediate release of the protest leaders who were arrested. Just ปวดหลังมาก just yeah here. Okay, so people are gathering. They started to gather here around 3 p.m. or around 3 p.m. this afternoon after the protest leaders were arrested this morning. They gathered at 3 p.m. However, the police was with them and told them to go home. One of the police officers said that there's nothing more to say, and that the Prime Minister had issued an emergency decree barring the gathering of over 5 people in the Bangkok metropolitan area. However, the protesters were relentless. They pressed on and they were able to seize Ratchdamri Road in front of Central World. And before now, around 4 p.m., barricades were set up along the road, and protesters were not able to enter the street. However, protesters have put it further and further to Ratchaburi Road, and now they have successfully taken up the street at Ratchaprasong. Some of the signs here. Once again, this is a Bangkok Post reporting live on the skywalk leading to the main stage of a pro-democracy protest at Ratchaprasong intersection. People are taking photos of some of the signs that were left here by protesters. However, we're going to take you further down the road to see the main stage. We are trying to enter the main area. However, the connection is so poor, so we may be cut off from time to time, so please bear with us. So the crowd size has in fact diminished. There are still many people, as you can see here in front of President Tower. People are still moving. Some have sat down.
The people and show the power to make sure things will be right.
So this morning at 4 a.m. there was a crackdown. The crowd was dispersed by the police, and some have speculated that there may be another possible crackdown on the people tonight. Are you afraid?
I'm afraid of violence for sure. I think I don't want to see the violence, but I'm pretty sure there will be the crash because they're afraid of us. I think they're afraid of us. We come here in peace. We have no weapons, but they're definitely afraid of us. That's why they did something yesterday, and that's why they wanted us to not to be here. And yes.
Well, thank you so much. And how long are you going to be here?
I think I'm gonna be here until the protester. They said that we will end it at 10 p.m. tonight, but I will keep update for the circumstance, and I'll be back for sure.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. And we are on the skywalk leading to the main stage of the protest in front of Central World. So we're going to take you closer to see the number of the people who are gathering there. ขออนุญาตนิดนึงได้ไหมครับ So here, this is a skywalk leading to Central World, one of the biggest shopping center in Bangkok, and people are starting to pour down. There's a little bit of but people have put out their umbrellas and raincoats, and on the main stage protest leaders are giving speech. They have filled up the street here. To bring you closer to the stage and convey what is being said on stage. Do you want to be interviewed?
No,
Okay.
not today.
Sure.
โสมมากครับตอนนี้ Me too. Yesterday I saw you na in a live.
Oh,
Last time.
yeah, we have tried to do live broadcast to present the news here.
ไม่คิดว่าจะจำผมได้ไหม
Could you read one now?
Yes.
Okay, see
ครับ
you.
ครับ
with them along the street leading up to the police hospital. The number of the crowds is colossal.
มายืดออกไป
The number of the people, because you know the estimation of number can be subjective, and we have to keep that. We have to keep our reporting objective. But we can see from there that Shitlom BTS station.
Reporting to.
Huh? We are Bangkok-based new organization. So yeah, for the foreigners and expats who are living here. Where are you from?
I'm from here, from Thailand.
Do you want to be interviewed?
Which interval?
You know, here for the Bangkok Post.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I have to check my microphone.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, so the audience is. Could you please tell us whether you hear me or not? If you can hear me, please tell me. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? The audience is, please tell us whether you can hear us or not. Okay, you can hear us now. Thank you so much for bearing with me. So where are you from?
I'm from Thailand. Yeah, I live in Bangkok here.
Why are you here?
Well, I'm gonna say it's like very short. I think this country have to be changed. It's been many years, and today I'm here to show our voice. We need to speak up. Yeah, our voice matter.
What do you think is gonna come out of this protest tonight?
To be honest, I don't know like what is gonna come out, like what is gonna be tonight. But I'm glad to be here. I have to show my voice to be here because this country needs to be changed.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so here we are in front of the Erawan Shrine, and we're gonna try to move closer to the main stage. Again, once again, due to poor connection, we may from time to time, but we are trying our best to present you with an interesting experience of what is happening in Thailand right now. So we are at the center of this protest at the very intersection, Ratchaprasong intersection. Over there, that's Param 1 Road in front of the police hospital and Grand Hyatt Hotel. And on this side, you can see the number of the people. They have filled up the street in front of Central Mall and Quezon Plaza. So down here under the skywalk is the main stage, and protest leaders are giving speech. And later on we are going to give you a simultaneous translation of what's being said. Can I stand here? Oh my gosh! Do you want to be interviewed?
Yeah, hello everyone here. Yes, are you okay with this?
Yes, I'm okay.
Yeah.
So why are you here?
Yes, I'm here because we want democracy in Thailand.
So you don't think that we are in a democratic system right now?
Yeah, we don't think so because yes, it have some system that obstruct us to be free, have the free speech, to have the free speech, to speak to the world, to everyone. Yeah, we obstruct, we stick that.
So what do you think going to happen out of this tonight protest?
Yes, for tonight I think is going to keep continue. We keep continue gather here and do the protest, do the good way, and we think if they don't hear us, we think we will be here to the morning until the morning. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so can I stay here for a while? Alright, so basically we are actually over the main stage. And once again, for those of you who just tuned in, this is Bangkok Post broadcasting live at the Ratchaprasong intersection in front of Central World and Era One Shopping Center. And this is a pro-democracy protest led by a group called the People's Party 2020. This group was formed by the merging of two groups. The first one being a Free Youth and Free People group led by Ratchaprasong and the other one is the United Front for Thammasat and Demonstration led by Parit Penguin Shiwarak. These two groups emerged into one group called the People's Party. The name was derived from the 74 years ago when an anti-establishment group was trying to fight with the status quo of Thai society back then, but they failed. That's why these youth protesters are channeling the spirit of the People's Party of 74 years ago to use here in this particular date and time to finish what they left off. Now, this protest itself was a culmination of many previous protests. The first one was in August 16. That one was organized by the Free Youth and Free People group. And then another one at Thammasat University organized by the group called the United Front for Thammasat and Demonstration. They later moved to Sanam Luang, which they now call Sanam Rat or People's Premise. And then yesterday's protest at Democracy Monument led by this newly formed group called the People's Party. And I have to tell you some of the developments yesterday. Yesterday at 8 a.m., Mr. Anon Nampa, the protest leader, urged the people, the crowd to come out at Democracy Monument before 8 a.m. because he said otherwise the protesters will not be able to access the monument, and that's why the protest was scheduled ahead of the planned schedule at 2 p.m. And on a different note, there was another group of people gathering along Ratchaprasong Avenue. It was a gathering of people wearing yellow shirt, a symbol of royalism in Thailand. Yellow is the color of the day in which the previous king, the late king Bhumibol Adulyadej Rama IX was born. He was born on Monday, and that's why the groups of royalists always use color yellow to represent their loyalty to the king. So yesterday these groups of royalists, they were gathering along Ratchaprasong Road. They said that they were there to wait for the royal motorcade that was scheduled to pass that route to Wat Pasi Ratana Sachadaram Road. Therefore, yesterday, some experts had speculated that violence could occur. However, no major violence occurred yesterday. there was some standoffs between the two groups, the royalist groups and the pro-democracy group, but that was just minor incidents. So, yesterday at around 3 p.m., this newly formed group, People's Party, they organized a demonstration at Democracy Monument and then they marched. They tried to march to the government house, but they were faced with roadblocks set up by the police. But they were able to negotiate it their way to the government house. Somehow it took them 3 to 4 hours to get to the government house. But at around 7:30 they were able to reach Makawan Rangsan Bridge in front of the government house, and then they later moved to the intersection in front of the equestrian statue, a revered place for the royalists. And the protest leaders yesterday vowed not to go home unless Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha resigned. They set up 4 stages along the route leading to the government house. The major stage was set up at Makawan Rangsan Bridge, where protest leaders were giving speeches and they vowed not to go home. However, the protesters were dispersed early in the morning at 4 a.m. by police force, and Mr. Anon Nampa along with other protest leaders were arrested. That's why some of the protest leaders called for an urgent gathering here at Ratchaprasong to call for the immediate release of the protesters who were held captive. Now, I have to tell you a bit about this place, Ratchaprasong intersection. This place was of an importance. Do you want to be interviewed? สัมภาษณ์ไหมครับใช่สัมภาษณ์เชิญครับแต่ว่าไม่เอาคำหยาบนะเป็นคน14ตัว so he lived through October 14 มาแทนเชกฉันแป๊บนึงนะครับแป๊บนึงนะ the October 14 we saw a glorious revolution by the people who came out on the street to oust Phil Marshal ถนอมกิติขจร that was in 1973 so he said that he was one of the person who came out that day to oust the then dictator Phil Marshal ถนอมแล้วไหมครับผมก็เขาเห็นเขาจับแล้วก็มากำลังใจนักเรียน I saw people being arrested so now I'm here to encourage the student แล้วเขาเตะหมูเข้าปากหมาพอมาที่นี่สบายเลยเตะหมูเข้าปากหมา so basically kick the pork meat into the canine's mouth so basically you were trying to say that the police have MRT okay MRT and BTS okay so basically the police have actually encouraged the people to come here with better transportation and better thank you so much thank you safe. And safe are you sure are you sure that it's safe here Prayut go home okay thank you so much thank you so now there's a commotion down there they are trying to make way for the ambulance to make way oh the ambulance is on this side in front of the police hospital so the protest leaders are urging the protesters to make way for the ambulance to pass through the protest leaders have affirmed that this protest is peaceful and therefore people have to make way for the ambulance to pass through and later on we're going to provide you simultaneous translation looking for a vantage point ขอโทษนะครับขอยืนรายงานหน่อยร้อนชิบหาย so this is มึงยืนตรงไหนก็ได้ This is simultaneous translation provided by the Bangkokers. We are not responsible for what's being said on stage. Insults and disparaging comments will not be translated, but okay, the protest leaders. The youth has to get out, and we don't want coup. And we want the reform of the monarchy. The people, please know, if there's a coup, we have to come out and express our dissent to the coup. We have to be here at 5 p.m. every day. We have to express our dissent on the coup and dictatorship. So they're singing now. It's like a bird with a wing flying. I will be a dove leading the way for the people to freedom. If I were to be born as a sky, the cloud. Let's do it again. Those of you who can sing with us. เหนื่อยไหม If I were to be born as a bird, a flying bird, with a wing I will fly further away. I want to be a dove, leading people to freedom. If I were to be born as a cloud in the sky. เปิดเนื้อให้หน่อยได้ไหมใครก็ได้เปิดเนื้อเพลงนี้ให้หน่อยได้ไหมOnce again, this is simultaneous. Okay. If I were to be born in sand, I will be a pavement for the people to walk on. The youth get out. If I were to be born as a bird, I will fly away. I will become a dove, a white dove, to lead the people to freedom. If I were to be born as a cloud on the sky, I will bring cool breeze for the field. If I were to be born as a sun, I will make myself a path for the people. My life, I will sacrifice for the people. The suffering people. I will struggle no matter how many times I die. If I were to be born as a flying bird, I will fly away. I will be a white dove, leading the way for the people to the freedom.
If I were to be born as a cloud in the sky, I will bring cool breeze to the field. If I were to be born as sun, I will pave way for the people. My life, I will sacrifice for the people, suffering people. And the beats getting faster. Same lyrics.